Wonderful idiots, don't you know? Banging our heads to the rhythm of the code. We don't care about dollars or the shiny blade. We're just holding to zero. It's our everything. Round tripping position.
Yo. Good morning. Hey, good to see you. Gravity GMs, join GMs. Gravity, where you at, man? I know you were on the road. You don't have to share. Kind of curious. Okay. Before we get into this, guys, a quick heads up. I'm feeling like things are going to change a little on this show, a little bit. Let me pull this down because, serious. The time of the show may have to change here. I don't know yet. Over the summer, right, we switched from this being an edited show, right, that 5-ish minute morning update. We shifted from that to being a live 10, 15, sometimes 20-minute live show. I'm not sure which way it remains. Point is, kids go back to school tomorrow. I think this time maybe still works. So it's cutting it really close, and I don't know if it's just going to be chaos here, with the kids getting out the door. So we're going to feel that out. But separately, I am wondering if and maybe when this show and Chain Reactor kind of merge and become all one and the same. So I'm really, really considering that this show, this morning market update, is part of Chain Reactor. Maybe Chain Reactor gets pushed up earlier. Again, a couple things to figure out in the short term. It's just I do things until it makes sense, until things become obvious in the direction it needs to head. And I'm just feeling something like that may need to happen. Again, it's always iterating and improving. And I do think that improves the show. If this ends up going to Chain Reactor, what'll happen on this channel is more smaller live streams, I think. More reacting to live events, right? Something big happens out in the space. It's go live for 5, 10, 20 minutes and talk about it right here. So this channel is never going to die. In fact, the goal is always to keep growing this channel in the best way possible. I think there are ways to do that right now that also helps Chain Reactor. So just a heads up that changes are coming. Any thoughts from you guys too? Hit me with them. I'd like to see what content works for you guys, what you're liking the most. And maybe the most important part there is the morning edited video, that 5-minute thing, which I think was awesome. I really like that. Just a lot of work. Or do the live shows check that box for you? And how early does that show need to be for it to be helpful to you guys? All right. That's the morning update. Yes, guys, smash the like. Appreciate you guys always showing up here. If it's your first time, right, we streamed last night for the Trump Elon Musk interview. If any of you are new to the channel, well, subscribe. But morning update 7 days a week here on Inside NFT, so appreciate having you guys along. Let's get into it here, starting with a really incredible metric here that we've just crossed recently here. Over 1 million Bitcoin addresses now hold a full coin. Guys, I hope you're a full coiner. I am not, and I certainly hope to be this cycle, but GG's to you if you are, and that should be everybody's goal here. Everybody's goal should be holding one full Bitcoin at least. Take that number with a grain of salt, though, because 1 million addresses holding one, a lot of people are splitting out their assets. I heard Spaces over the weekend saying you're crazy if you're not doing that. So if you're holding, and if you got multiple, split them up and assume that the number is much smaller. That makes me feel better. Like I don't have 1 million people ahead of me. We're probably in the couple 100,000s. We ain't at 1 million, though, so little peace of mind there. But Bitcoin here also quietly becoming the 6th most valuable monetary asset in the world here. Pretty wild stuff. $1.19 trillion market cap. A long way to go to catch up to gold, guys. And I don't know. I think in the long run, we absolutely demolish gold. Like long run. But really incredible metric to see here and how quickly Bitcoin is growing. And man, we want to see it grow here in the States. There's one candidate who says he really wants to see Bitcoin made in the USA. Marathon getting a head start here and now stamping each Bitcoin block that they mine with made in the USA. Interesting stuff. But again, it was Donald Trump who said he wanted to see the rest of the Bitcoin supply mined in the USA. It ain't going to happen. Again, I appreciate where that's coming from. But guys, big news yesterday. Donald Trump returning to X. And more than that, not just returning to X, but having a Spaces on X with Elon Musk. Man, this broke all kinds of records. Again, we were there last night live streaming this. Went almost 3 hours. It was a ton of fun, guys. And stay tuned because we got more of that kind of content coming here. we're going to circle back to that, but of course, the biggest thing we were doing during the event was seeing what is Trump going to say, what is he not going to say, and that surrounds Polymarket. Love the platform, man. There's Polymarket. We're going to circle back to this. I want to peek at the crypto market first, and then we jump right back to Trump and Polymarket. Here you go. Here's taking a look at Bitcoin at 58.8, ETH at 2,600, Solana at 144. Kind of a down 24 hours here, although not bad. I mean, we are just treading water. It's like I thought we would do here for the next few weeks at least, and I'm not going to be shocked to see this into end of October. Again, treading water, but the political season here is adding so much volatility. I'm not going to be surprised to see some wild downswings, upswings, everything in between. Again, right now treading water until whatever the next major milestone or event is. A lot of big numbers coming in this week too, guys. CPIs, earnings reports, a lot of stuff. Some of that starts coming out today. I think it's Japan's PPI numbers are in today. So we'll see how that impacts the global economy here. Taking a look at ETFs, 27.8 million in inflows for the Bitcoin ETFs yesterday. On ETH, just 5 million in the positive. Still, we'll take it in the positive. Only the second day that both of the ETFs cumulatively have been in the positive together. Doesn't happen much at all. More and more, I'm thinking it's a less important metric, but it's a pattern that I'm noticing here, pointed out when I see it. Back to Trump and Elon Musk, though. Again, wild and massive interview. 1.3 million live listeners on Spaces. Biggest they've ever seen on Spaces for, again, concurrent live listeners. Massive. Trump's tweet had over 70 or 80 million impressions on it. Again, it was so big that the Spaces actually didn't work properly to start. Now, they claimed they had a DDoS attack. Was it that, or was the system overloaded? You guys, we've seen Spaces with a couple hundred people in that barely function. I just don't know if the tech is there. With that said, they stress tested for 8 million live listeners. So it could be that they really did face that DDoS attack. It could just be that the tech is still a little tricky. I don't know. But decent speech. I can't say the speech itself was the most exciting, but what was exciting and what I think is a big part of the future here, just take that as a blanket statement, a big part of the future is prediction markets. So me personally, I had some bets here on Polymarket on the edge of my seat, waiting to see what will Trump say, what won't he say, and the results are in at this point. MAGA, yes, he said it. Crypto, he didn't say crypto in the entire 3-hour broadcast. Censorship, he didn't say it. Trans, no. Mars, no. Tampon, yes, he said tampon. Context, I think he talked about Kamala Harris putting tampons in the men's bathroom. I think that was the context there. Illegal immigrant, yes. Civil war, no. Tesla, no. Surprised about that. Weird, no. And this one shocks me, guys, and this is where I made a bet. My only bet of the evening, Bitcoin. He did not say Bitcoin. It felt like Musk was maybe driving the conversation that direction, talking about the economy, talking about our debt, and then at the end of the show, talking about building here in the USA. A few opportunities there to talk Bitcoin. It wasn't mentioned. I hope we have a repeat of this. We need to have more candidates. I'm talking Harris, and I guess that's it. Even RFK, but RFK has been on Spaces. We need more candid conversations with our politicians here, because that is so much more meaningful than these packaged, completely PR dominated, press conferences. We need a little more realness here. We really do. So I love seeing that. Now, your big winners yesterday, it was Polymarket, who brought in, guys, I think over $2 million. There was $4.5 million worth of bets on the platform, by the way. A ton of money bet on that interview yesterday. But Pump.Fun was maybe one of your biggest winners in all of that interview, bringing in $850,000 in fees yesterday. That puts him at number 3 in the past 24 hours. It's behind ETH, who almost $2.5 million for Ethereum in fees. But yeah, there's Pump.Fun, $850K at number 3. Big number, guys. But man, if you were watching Pump.Fun, and we were peeking at it throughout the show, 157,000 new tokens launched during that Trump interview. Only 3 of them made them to Radium, right? You have to hit a $69,000 market cap to make it to the Radium. Again, only 3 made it there. And I'll tell you what, none of them won. None of them. I'm talking rugs. Let's just say it ends right there. Rugs. 150,000 times over. It was awful. We watched one of them again live. We were watching this token. Elonald. Elonald. Okay. We were watching this one, seeing if this could be maybe the big winner out of the Pump.Fun launches. It was looking solid until all of a sudden, out of nowhere, as we were watching it, devs rugged. Pump.Fun has extracted so much liquidity from this space. In fact, some people are replying here and have not been able to vet these numbers. $43 million extracted by these devs in 2 hours. Again, I can't vet those numbers, but it wouldn't shock me. And picture every meme coin that launches, guys, is literally pulling the money out of hands of traders. And then you wonder right now why meme coins aren't working anymore. People are poor again. And this only is fixed, guys, when Bitcoin finds a new all-time high and when traders are liquid again. It feels very much like they're not anymore. And it feels like last year in the bear market for NFTs, it feels like people are tapped out again. I hope and I actually believe to a degree people are sitting on their reserves. They're sitting on their liquidity waiting, but people are tapped out and they're not really ready to speculate. So keep that in mind here over the next few weeks, which again, I'll say it again, it's going to be slow. You see here 9.9 million in cross-chain NFT sales yesterday. Man, almost a mirror of Sunday. 9.9 million each day. Sellers fell yesterday, buyers up ever so slightly, just about 100 more buyers. Transactions down too, basically flat across Sunday and Monday. And then trade profits still in the negative and over 1 million in the negative. So really still hoping to see that turning around. As far as the NFT collections move in the market, we got D-Market at the top of the collection rankings, followed by K-Girl, Money Laundering Collection. So skipping right over that. Gilded Guardian Heroes, Pudgy Penguins climbing up the leaderboards. Sorare, Dozuki, CryptoPunks, Bitcoin Puppets, Node Monks, SMB. And then I'm going to push DeGods into the number 10 spot to replace K-Girl. There's your top 10. Again, volume really, really low. And your top sale in the past 24 hours, it's Punk number 954, selling for 30 ETH. Guys, $80,000. Love to see it. All right, back to, I guess, business as usual. And a lot of that attention is going to be focused on Polymarket, especially with Trump back on X and tweeting again. A lot of bets around this. So, of course, you see all these tweets about how many times is Trump going to tweet this week? All kinds of bets now around Twitter and around the political world. It's a really, really fun ecosystem. Now, because there's so much news and now these prediction markets, because they're so tied together, this partnership here is massive. It makes a lot of sense. But Perplexity now partnering with Polymarket. Perplexity is really, really awesome, guys. It's an AI search engine. I've used it before. It's fantastic. And ChatGPT, by the way, is going this direction too. And I use ChatGPT like a search engine now. But Perplexity now, as they deliver you news, will also deliver you the betting odds from Polymarket at the same time. Now, the flip side will happen over on Polymarket, I believe, where these certain bets will have articles highlighted. So really, really interesting collaboration or partnership. Again, expect to see this entire sector, both of news, but these betting markets, to continue to grow. To me, this is the biggest, best product to come out of NFTs, crypto, Web3, this cycle. So keep your eyes on all of this stuff, especially Polymarket, Base Bet, all these kind of platforms. There's a new one over on Blast. Expect to see these blowing up over on Solana. Prediction markets, man, they are really, really hot right now. All right, looking forward to a couple things that are this week and next week. Maybe the top of that list, guys, is the Far and Harto collaboration, right? They have this Brutal Edge Ordinals collection that's dropping next week. They will be on Spaces today with my good friend English on everything Ordinals. That's at, man, I'm trying to remember the time. I think 3 o'clock Eastern time, guys. So definitely check that out. Of course, you got to switch over to the afternoon show when we go live. That's at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. That's on SlamX. But at least for the start, you don't want to miss Harto and Far talking about that collection. I want to mention to you guys, and we'll get into this on Chain Reactor coming up in just a bit. Ordinal's looking really, really decent right now. Finding some decent support here in the past couple days. Bitcoin Puppets now up to 0.075. Again, just look across the board. It's a lot of green. I'm not familiar with this Ghost project. If that's a new mint, it's a great sign to see a new mint here that's cooking on secondary. Up, 62%. We'll keep an eye on that, like we are keeping an eye on, man, the Runes ecosystem. Really, this is also treading water, but it also seems to have found its level of support here in the $700 million market cap range. So definitely, guys, watching Runes, seeing a lot of opportunities over there. PayPal, guys. PYUSD, that is PayPal stablecoin. The supply on Solana has surpassed the supply on Ethereum. Really, really interesting metric. And if you're trying to feel out the direction this space is going, man, it's pretty clear it's pushing towards Solana. Even with the meme coin ecosystem clearly throttling back, a lot of potential there, very user-friendly. Keep your eyes on where the liquidity is and where there's stable coins, guys. There's a lot of liquidity, so interesting little bit of news there. All right, happy birthday to the dead fellas turning 3 today. Betty looking fantastic, by the way. Glad to see her happy and healthy and putting herself out there. Good stuff. What else? Okay, I think this is our last update here, guys. I really like that Trump interview. We didn't get the crypto news we were waiting for. And again, I was waiting for it. I think you guys were too. Will we get more news out of Kamala Harris here today, tomorrow? Well, we'll see. Vivek Ramaswamy predicting that Harris will embrace Bitcoin and crypto, which is great. Not a partisan issue. Absolutely correct here. I'm just waiting for those policies to start coming down. Maybe we begin to hear about that tomorrow. So we've got this live stream tomorrow. It is Crypto Advocates for Harris. This is going to be a live Zoom call. It's tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Like the Trump interview, guys, I'm going to stream it here on Inside NFTs. We'll do the same thing. We'll listen. We'll chat about what kind of insight guys like Mark Cuban have to share, who will be on that stream, by the way, guys. They also announced a couple other guys, Richie Torres, Adam Schiff will be live on there. Some of these guys I just do not want to hear from. But as close as we can get to hearing Kamala's stance on crypto, I'm just itching for it. So we'll tune into this. Again, make sure you tune in here to Inside NFT so we can catch that live together. Man, should be interesting. And I also hope she takes Elon up on this offer. I doubt she will, man, but I would love to see her on Spaces with Musk. I think it's super important to hear from these candidates, again, in a much more candid way. So we'll keep our eyes on that, too. All right, guys, I'm going to be live over on Slam X Official. That's on YouTube, and Slam XIO. That's coming up at 10 a.m. Eastern Time for Chain Reactor. Let's get to some comments and get you guys on your way. Let's see if we got any feedback about the show, by the way. Again, I'm kind of... I don't want to say conflicted, but I know there's some changes that have to happen here. So so a lot of thinking to do. Let's see. Choina GMs, Awful Eyes GMs. Eric, good to see you, man. Mike, good morning. Okay, Awful Eye a little later. Yeah, dude, the timing actually would matters a lot. The Chain Reactor show goes up against Rug Radio, and that gets, thousands of views. Tricky time slot. Either way, that show has to evolve a little bit. More guests, maybe more defined segments. Again, I think if this morning update is part of that show, it might actually work. It's like this quick rapid fire updates from across the ecosystem, and then spend the last 40 or maybe 30 minutes on deep diving into some of these, a couple of the topics of the day. So that might work, again, along with guests and interviews on the show. Something like that. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, we got tampon, no crypto, which is crazy. Hey, man, at least I know now there's a term for it, and it's like some kind of weird artifacting, like audio artifacting. Trump sounded real lispy, though, like he had dentures, and it was weird. Like, real weird. Yes, Choina, I like that. Choina thinking we'll start talking and pricing in terms of sats, not Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's going to get so expensive. Yeah, dude, I think you're right there. As weird as that'll feel, Bitcoin's going to get too expensive. It is. It absolutely is. Trump, you know what? That's probably a good reason why they steered away from crypto. Trump is not. I think he gets the broader concept, and of course, Trump understands when he's making money. Does he understand the inner workings of crypto? No. Okay, Walt's putting tampons in the boys' bathroom. Okay. Choin, I hope your workday's great, man. Appreciate you coming by. Okay, Ghost airdrop to Node Monk holders. Good stuff. Okay, so they were free. I love it. Pixel Pepe. I checked him out. I dig him. In fact, you're rocking one now? Okay, Choina, that helps. So the timing matters, and again, the quick format. Again, if this merges in Chain Reactor also is going to have to move earlier, I think. Like, getting this rapid fire at, 10 a.m. Eastern time, I think is a little too late for it. By then, hopefully you're caught up on news already. So I picture Chain Reactor moving to like 8 a.m. 8 a.m., well, more like 9 a.m. Eastern time. I got to feel out these times. But Chain Reactor, if this merges, ends up getting pushed a little earlier too. So we will see. Cosmos, overall, I'm with you. It wasn't a great interview. It was an okay conversation. Trump just dominates, right? It wasn't a great conversation. We didn't hear anything really. Actually, I take this back. I was going to say we didn't hear anything really new, but we did have Trump slip and say that some other countries out there besides Israel have the Iron Dome. I don't think we knew that, and it felt like a slip. We got a little more of Trump's thoughts on global warming, which wasn't great to hear his take on it, thinking that, the ocean rising 1/8 of an inch isn't much. It's a lot. That changes everything. And it was great to hear Elon push back on that a bit. So that was good. Okay. Well, I love it. Okay, man, I think that gets us through our updates. So I'll go through some more feedback. If you guys have got any feedback on the show, drop it in the comments. I am watching, and I'm just always looking to make these shows better, even if that means consolidating the shows. I'm thinking this is part of Chain Reactor, and then on this channel here, more live streams throughout the day. Again, big token drops, big news drops, and we fire up the live stream. We go live for anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes, just, a couple times a day on really, really hot, relevant topics. So we'll see. Anyway, appreciate you guys. Hope your morning's great. We'll see you in just a bit over on Chain Reactor. Guys, we'll see you.